Hello everyone. Today Jagex changed some of the mechanics in Castle Wars, and most notably they changed the scoring system. So they changed it from just getting regular tickets per game to getting some silver or gold tickets. And gold tickets work exactly the same way as tickets did before, 0 for a loss, 2 for a win, 1 for a tie. But now you also can get silver tickets, which are awarded no matter what when you finish a game. And so you can buy the permanent rewards with gold tickets and consumables with silver tickets. And for some reason, the lowest tier of Castle Wars armor is considered a consumable, and as are Castle Wars capes. I'm not sure if you can actually sell them back. Unfortunately, they didn't compensate people who had Castle Wars games completed by giving them the silver tickets as consumable ones. I'm not quite sure why they didn't do that, because they had the amount of games that we played saved with the Castle Wars high scores, so you'd think it would make sense to give everyone silver tickets based on that number. But yeah, they didn't do that, so I can't really test those easily. They also significantly increased the stats on Castle Wars gear. The Profound Armor, which was level 40 before, it was the same as Rune Armor, is now level 80, and it's Tribrid gear, so it's good in all 3 combat styles, which is pretty amazing, to be honest. It's really, really good. It's still probably not as good as wearing the level 85 gear in most cases, like the ports gear, but it's really good. Yeah, having Tribrid gear is just amazing in Castle Wars because you have so many people trying to attack you all at once. It's pretty great. And it does say that it gives a 25% damage bonus. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Yeah, the damage system in the EOC is slightly confusing in my opinion, and I don't think it's very well explained in many places. So besides the change with the scoring system, they also changed the trim completionist requirement from 5k Castle Wars games down to 4,150 tickets, which is what you need to get full profound, including the shield, helm, and sword. So you need full profound, and you need to talk to Lantis while wearing it. And luckily they didn't sort of screw people over who had the trim requirement done before, but they didn't have enough tickets, like if they had lost a lot of the games that they played. So if you had the trim before, you still have it now. And in terms of the time difference from before this change and after, if you boost all of your games and win them all, then it takes 2,075 games instead of 5,000 to get your trim, which is a huge difference. But in order to combat that, they made it so that you only get gold tickets if there are 5 or more people on each team. So it's significantly harder to boost now. You have to actually find that many people to boost with and to lose. So that method of boosting is difficult, but it would cut your time in half and better than that actually. The other method that people are doing already is that they're boosting in the World 48, which is the high level world there, and it's just a tied game, so there are a ton of people on each team and they just make sure that the other team doesn't score. And so that allows them to get the full trim requirement in 4,150 games rather than 5,000, which is still a very large time save. So I do think, well, I'm not terribly pleased with the trim requirement being so much shorter, but I do think it is a good thing to get people actually playing Castle Wars a bit more. I mean, I know people are always going to be AFKing it, and yeah, that's just how it'll be, but I don't know, I think the idea behind it was pretty good. So then, in addition to those major changes with the scoring system and trim com requirement, they also added some other really major things. So actual gameplay changes. They added the ability to wear helms inside the game, which is just a huge difference from before. It's a quite nice one that people have asked for years, and yeah, it never really made sense before because the hoods weren't as telling for what team players were on as the capes were anyway. So yeah, now you can wear helms. They also changed the wait time from 5 minutes to 3 minutes, and you have to have 2 people per team in order to start games. So that's another adjustment to prevent people from boosting it, although, as I mentioned before, you need 5 people per team to get gold tickets, so there's no real point in boosting on small teams anyway. And then there are a few other little adjustments that they did, and I'll put the list of those in the description so you can take a look at it there. And then, of course, it's probably been pretty obvious from just watching the video, but they graphically reworked everything, and it looks quite good. They did a good job with it. Yeah, they tend to do a pretty good job with their graphical updates, quite detailed, and yeah, it looks much better. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and have fun playing Castle Wars.